on sketch. And this is part 3, how to make it. So we start the green flag. And we have that, you see? We have this win. And where did it go? Okay, so we're going to here. Wow, we're like stopping and where did it go? So let's do set A to 100. Actually, no, set U to 100 and set A to 10. Well, we need to do that. Let it show. So we need to go to show and go to here. Okay, now let's go to our list. So let's make a list. I'll call it cat. I'll call it cat win. So we have that cat win. And let's make another list. I'll call it hey. So we have these. So put deletes all there and set this to hey. Then we need to replace them. This one, it's gonna be 0. Actually, no, this one, it's 100. So on the hay, it's gonna be 100 times. And replace. And on, so we set it to hay. And on this one, it's gonna be 0. So we replace them, you see. And and yeah, let's put the forever loop. And we need to repeat on hill. And stop other scripts in sprite. And we put this, minus 90 and minus 100. And save. And we put 2 knots right there. And we also need to change the mode, okay? And let's do touching sprite 1. So touching sprite 1. And key press up arrow. Okay, duplicate. And key press down arrow. Okay, duplicate. And key press right arrow. Okay, duplicate. Key press left arrow. No, key press left arrow. So and we need to drag it so that we can drag it. And maybe it's not working. Maybe we just put it right there. Then it will work. Let me. Oh yeah, see, it's draggable. See, you can drag it, and it goes back. You see it go back. Oh, I think Oren got the cat. So wait, and on part 3 we're gonna do some steps. So on part 3 we're gonna make the Clukr and the Funbot. This. Okay, let's change it. Okay, let's change it. Let's change it to Clukr. It can be 78 like that. But wait, this needs to be this much. And we set it to white. And we just do this and this. And the Clukr doesn't have headphones. It also doesn't have antennas. Okay. We're gonna copy and paste. Gonna ungroup it. We're also gonna ungroup it. Take this, copy and paste. Okay. And we're gonna group it. And we're gonna delete these guys maybe like this. And it's now this now. And delete, copy and paste. Keep this right there. Let's make a circle. Maybe a backflip. No, maybe a front flip. And let's make it curvy. So use this and back flip. And let's delete that guy. Cause delete. Okay, and we made our Clukr. Now we got to make the icon of him. So we're gonna copy and paste. Okay, gotta take this, copy and paste. Also, we're gonna color this grayish. So we're gonna copy and paste. Okay, there it is. We found it. Okay. We're gonna go here. Okay, let's make it to 1 because this is actually the biggest one. Okay, that's too small. We got to make this front. And let's keep it right here. We're gonna save it. Okay. Now we need to jog it so that we can jog it. So first we take this and put it right there. Okay, where did it go? Where did it go? Okay, maybe let's try that again. We keep it right there. Okay, there it is. Oh, you forgot. Oh, don't forget to do the code to X. We're gonna keep it right there. And we have it, you see? Okay. Now let's see if it, okay. And how would, so now let's do that. Let's see if it works. Wait, we forgot to make this sound on Clukr. So go to sounds, delete that pop sound, then pick a sound. Go to loops. Okay, wait. There it goes. Okay, where did it? Okay, where did it go? Wait, just gonna be the sound, okay? And let's put it right here. let's delete that part. Okay. Okay, there's it. And let's go to this. Now let's see it works. It needs to work. It needs to work, but it's not working. Maybe Funbot? Now let's make Funbot. So we use this, color it white. It can be 49. Okay, we colored this 49. Okay, everything is 49. And this one. It needs to be darker like this. Can be 33. And like this, doesn't have this and this. It also doesn't have eyebrows. It also doesn't have horns. So we need to delete everything what we have here. Okay, we don't need an outline. We only use a fill. And we got to make it curvy. So we're gonna reshape. And we need to make it front. Okay. And we got to make this smiley face. Also, I remember that you don't need an outline. It can be 51. Maybe actually no, let's just do this. We just only need to do this. It needs to be 4. And we need to make this front. Wait, maybe this is front. Do we use this? Yeah, it works now. Let's put it right here. Okay, we don't need outline, we just use this. I need some, it needs some. It needs to be yellowish. Can be 14. It needs to have a square, so we do this. Also, you need an outline. So outline, it's just filled with black. Maybe it can be 4, like that. Can be cool. Also, we need to make it curvy. So we're gonna reshape it. Maybe that's the wrong one. Oh no, what did I do? Let's just do it like this. Can't be like this. It can't be like this. And it can be like this. Okay, it's curvy now. Now, let's make it smaller. We're gonna shrink this. Make it smaller. Now we need to copy and paste that guy. Make it smaller. You don't need a outline. Just fill it with black. Can be 52. We're gonna copy and paste. Now we're gonna make the Eternals. We're gonna make the Eternals. So we draw a square like this. Okay. And we draw a circle like this. And we put it right there. We're gonna do group. We're gonna make it smaller. We're gonna copy and paste, maybe flip. Can be flip like that. And we need to make it back so that we can see what it looks like. Also, we're gonna make this bigger. So do like this. And we take this little guy, make it bigger. Oh, that's too much, I think. It can be bigger like that. Okay, done with the Funbot. Almost done with the Funbot. This, need to take this little guy. And we're gonna do this. Copy and paste. It needs to be lighter. Can be 54. We're gonna copy and paste. We're gonna copy and paste. Put it right there. Actually, no, let's just delete those things. Gonna make it smaller. We're gonna shrink this so that we can see what it looks like. Also, we need to make this a backflip. Okay. Okay, I was done with the Funbot. Okay, done with the Funbot. And let's do the jump. Now we're gonna do the sound of Funbot. We go to loops. It can be this one. Wait, so first we got to make the icon of Funbot. So we use this. Let's copy and paste. Gotta make this guy bigger. Okay, we're gonna do this. Okay. So it's gonna be Funbot. And we're gonna copy and paste. Gonna keep this little guy right there. We're gonna do these internals. Gonna do copy and paste. Okay, where did it go? So gonna put it right here. Make it bigger. We're gonna make this guy smaller. We're gonna make this to 1. Gonna make this bigger. Like this. Gonna make it backward. We're gonna copy and paste. Maybe flip. That's all I need to do. Gonna put this guy right there. And that's our sprite 10. And we need to drag it so that we can drag it. Gonna do this. Do this. We're gonna drop it right there. I think it's not dropped. Gonna drop it right there. Okay. Okay, when flag clicked, set drag mode to draggable. So we have that. Let's see. Why is Clukr not working? And we need to wait. We need to set the costume. So I need to do that. But wait, before you're gonna do this, you gotta set the jump to this. Now let's see if it works. It doesn't work. fighting. That's how you play the game, you see? And we need to do this while you finish the practice. And let's make a new sprite. We need to make our warning, so I'll just call this warning. Oh, what did I do? So got set warning. Wait, that's not how you. Okay, warning. Okay, warning. There's our warning. Now we have to make our warning. And we don't need an outline, we just use this, we just fulfill. Okay. Also make this to 0 and 0. So both are 0. Also make this to 0. It needs to be 90%. Maybe it can be 2000. Now we got to make our warning. So we're gonna spell warning. Warning. And that's our warning. So that's our warning. So that's our warning, right? We got our warning. And that's our warning. Well, let's just make this black because, and that's our warning. We can be 40. Oh, that's too small. That's smaller. And you can type here any or want you. So you gotta type here. So we're gonna type in Sprunki is only has face 1 or face 2. This game is warning in on the polos. So you can type here ever you want to as your warning. And that's our warning. Now we got to make our new warning. So we duplicate it. And this and that's our new warning. Now but wait. Let's make a sound, okay? Maybe boom cloud? And that's our sound. So we're gonna do one flag clicked. Then set ghost effect to 100. So we need that. and we put the forever loop. So, and put wait 0.9 seconds. Then if then we show it. Let it show. Let it show. And when flag clicked, start sound. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah, it worked. You see that? You can see that it worked. But it needs to be the forever. Let's do the forever loop, okay? Because wait, this. Maybe we just deleting the repeat till me work. And let's call a new block. I'll set it. I'll call it warning. So we have that warning. And we put the block right there. Now let's go to the block. Let's put it right there. So we need the reset timer. Then we need a variable. I'll call it mole. And after the mole, we need to check the size. So we found the mole, then set mole till 100. And we need to do the go to. We need to set the go to 0 and 0. And don't forget to do the go to 0 and 0. point direction mouse pointer. This will be 90. Because why we need 90? Okay, then we set the X and the Y position because that's their positions, and we set the X, and we set the X mode. And let's make a list. I'll call it warning. So that we have the warning. Now we add warning to 80. Then edit of warning. And yeah, we said that. Then we need to replace it. Of warning to 100. And this one, it's gonna be 90. And let's do, okay, let's do divided by 80 and divided by 90. And put the star right there. This one, it's gonna be 80%. And plus 90. And equals 100. And divided by 60. And we put it right there. And we put the knots. Put the oars. And put a N right there. Put another N right there. Put a exit of loop. And duplicate. Put it right there. And we don't need these things. And duplicate. This one, it's gonna be 80%. This one, it's gonna be 100. This one, it's gonna be 1,000,000. So, and don't forget to go to 0 and 0. Okay. And we're gonna do the hide the sprite. When flag clicked, hide. And yeah, let's put the forever loop. And when flag clicked, show. Let it show. And forever loop. Now let's see if it works. Wait, maybe we just need to delete that cell. Yeah, let's just delete that cell. No! Yeah, it's so we made our warning right there. So that's our warning. And let's make another one. We're gonna make a sprite 11. I'll call it loop. So that's the loop. Then we need to make the loop. Loop, it's gonna repeat slow. Maybe it can be black. So that's the loop. And we put it right there. We need to make this right. So it's gonna be finally similar to this. So on the loop we do when flag clicked, broadcasted. We need to set it broadcasted. This needs to be a loop. And we go to loops. Then we put these guys right there. And that's our loop. And play the sound. We need to play the loop sound. We go to sounds, search loop. Loops, we go to loops. So this can be loops. So and play the sound. Well, let's not do it with and that's duplicated. We reshape it. And duplicate. Duplicate. Okay, loop. So we put it right there. And well, let's and when flag clicked, then we do switch costume to costume 1. Wait 0.1 seconds. Switch costume to costume 2. Wait 0.1 seconds. Let's see if it worked. Oh yeah, it worked, you see? Switch costume to costume tree. Wait. 0.1 seconds. Let's see if it worked. Switch costume to costume 4. Wait. 0.1 seconds. Let's see if it worked. Switch costume to costume 5. Wait 0.1 seconds. Let's see if it worked. Switch costume to costume 6. Wait. .1 seconds. Let's see if it worked. Yeah, it worked. And let's put the forever loop. And when flag clicked, broadcasted image, I'll call it tree. Hope. So on the tree hope, you need to collect something on the loop. So gonna duplicate. Gonna delete this one flag clicked. This is gonna be for hope. This is gonna be 5 hope. And this is gonna be 10 hope. So all of these hope can fit on there. And we play the sound. Okay. key pressed. So now let's just delete that guy. So go to emotions, then move 10 speeds. Then let's put the forever loop. Let's put the one flag clipped. It needs to go to 0 and 0. Go to 0 and 0. And let's put the if else then it'll work. Then don't forget to do the go to 0 and 0. It's a go to 0. It's go to 0. And let's do if on bounce, then it'll work. Go to 0 and 0. Go to 0 and 0. How about this? Let's do maybe point direction. Then maybe you can. Let's do if bounce. Then we put the X. Maybe the Y. Go to 0 and 0. And let's put the if and else. Then go to motions. Then glide one to the right position. It is going to mouse point. Then we do go to mouse pointer. Then it will work. Maybe let's set the X. Let's do all around. Can be right there. Then duplicate. Then this one it's gonna be 100. This one it's left, right. And let's make a block. I'll call it loop sound. Maybe loop sound. So we have the loop sound. Then we put it right there. And on the loop sound we go to 0 and 0. I see, and we play the sound too. Let's do a repeat until then it will work. Then we need to hide the sprite before the Daniel. So we're gonna do a one flag clip. Hide. Then we're gonna do the direction. Now we're gonna change the size. So one flag clip set brightness to 100 and set size to 100. We need to show the sprite. And it becomes white. You see? And so we set brightness to 100. Let's see if it works. And it works, you see. Can be 50. It can be 4. Can be 3. Can be 5. Can be 10. Can be 30. Set brightness to 2. Okay, set brightness to 0. Then go different back layer, not the front layer, back layer. We need to show the sprite. Maybe the front. Let's leave the front, not the back. And go to front. Maybe backward. It can be 100. Let's leave front layer. It can be 1 layer. Let's remove that thing, okay? Double-cated. Then set ghost effect to 100. And we're gonna set the, how about this? Let's do hide show, okay? Hide show. I see maybe this can be show and this can be hide. And we put a show right there. these. Made one flag clicked. Hide. Now let's see if it works. We need to set the ghost effect. Let's call this one. Let's call this P. Let's call this PPOLO. So we need that. So we draw a circle. Also set this to 0 and 0. And we need to copy and paste this little guy. Make it white like this. When it's now this now. And this we got to delete. This we got to delete. And this we got to delete. Duplicate it. And that's all of our costumes. Let's do change ghost effect by one. And let's put a one flag clicked. Then change ghost effect by 3. Then change ghost effect by 5. Then change ghost effect by 10. Then change ghost effect by and change ghost effect. Now it works. And set it. Now we got to make our sprite. Okay, copy and paste. Also make this to 0 and 0. Change this to white. This one. Okay. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. And there's Clukr. Okay, and we have those. So we have those. Remember, that's a preview. Okay, and now let's start coding. Wait, we forgot to spell Sprunki. Okay, Sprunki. Okay, and now let's start coding. So when flag clicked, hide. Then go to the front layer. So go. And we're gonna do, then let's do change, let's do change goes to and let's do when flag clicked. So we just maybe hide show, didn't it work? Maybe this can be show. Didn't it work? Right. Didn't it work? No, you want to set it high, didn't it work? Okay. Now it's still doing the eyeball. Let's go to here and let's go to here. Now let's make a new block. I'll call it hoop. And we also need a number next. Then we set this to hoop. So it's hoop hoop. Then we set it to 300. And we put this right there. Okay, bye guys. I'll see you on part 4. And on part 4, you're gonna make something. On the part 4, you're gonna do the costumes of Clukr and Funbot. So bye.